Hey everybody, thanks for watching another video. It's Vinny. Today I just wanted to be talking about how to start a home gym. Really quickly, down below I'm gonna have timestamps skipping around to the 5 different subjects that I have in this video. Firstly is gonna be number 1, setting out your budget. Number 2, what type of training are you actually going to be doing? Number 3 is gonna be mapping out your space. Not everybody has a 1-2 car garage. Some people are doing it in rooms and different things like that. Number 4 is gonna be prioritizing what equipment is most important to you and your specific sport. And number 5 is gonna be just starting the gym. And I'll get to that in a second. So a lot of the topics do kind of correlate with one another. For example, the mapping out and the budget, and they correlate with one another. So I'm gonna be doing my best to try to explain it to you and try to help you figure out what's the best route for you. And this is basically the route that I didn't go when I first did my gym. Therefore, some things in here don't really work really well with others, and I would rather you not have to deal with that problem. So starting off with your budget is gonna let us know what you actually have to work with and what you are looking at to investing, right? For example, if your budget is $100, $1,000, or $10,000, it doesn't really matter. But for the most part, we need to figure out what our budget is, so that way we can start figuring out, okay, what are the prices of the different products that we're gonna be looking for, the different equipment that we're gonna be looking for, and make the best judgment as far as maximizing what is the most important for your specific type of training. So next thing is gonna be figuring out what type of training are you doing. Is it weight loss training? Is it CrossFit style training? Is it like powerlifting, Olympic lifting, bodybuilding type training? Are you a boxer, a fighter, right? Is that something important for you? Because knowing what type of training, we're gonna be knowing, okay, what type of equipment is the most important. For example, if you are an Olympic lifter, a power rack might not necessarily be the most important thing for you. Something that might be more important for you would probably be an Olympic lifting pad. If you're a boxer, right, and you want to focus more on that type of training, you don't necessarily need a power rack. And then we just kind of move around that way of, okay, what's the most important for you? Next, your space is going to be very, very important because it might dictate what products you might have to buy, and specifically things that are more space saving, things that are collapsible, things that are adjustable, things along those nature is usually a little bit more expensive. And this is kind of what I mean, right? For example, my power rack was almost $1,000, and it's a 43 by 43, basically coming the way it comes, right? And it's great, but let's say, for example, you don't necessarily have a 1-car garage that's dedicated to only lifting. Maybe it's a 1-car garage that you also want to put your vehicle actually into. So if that's the case, you might want to spend a little bit more money on something like the PRX system. It runs a little over $2,000. I think it's like $2,200, $2,300. Don't quote me on it, but I know it's pretty expensive. And it's only 2 uprights with a pull-up bar, but it does collapse against the wall, and it has like a gas strut, and it's super convenient. That might be something where you might spend more money on because it's collapsible and you can use your garage also to hold your car. There are other options, like for example, folding or collapsible racks, or even then, spending money on a storage rack that might help you save a lot of space, because everything can just be stored on one rack. It's not that thick, it's a good height, and it stores everything. Plates, dumbbells, kettlebells, wall balls, slam balls, everything can be stored on it, and it clears up a lot of space on the floor. That might be something that benefits you. So the next one is gonna be prioritizing what equipment comes first. And this is actually very important because most people think that the first thing to get would be the power rack, or getting a bunch of plates first, or it just, depending on what type of training you're doing, everybody has that one thing that's the most important. Now I'm gonna wrap up this video. I don't know how long it is. I hope it's pretty short. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to make all my videos fairly short because I know people get bored, and I want to teach you the most amount of content and information as possible in a short amount of time. So lastly is going to be just start your gym. And that might seem kind of obvious, but most people will think about, and never actually act on it. And the biggest thing here is gonna be acting on it and actually starting. I'm gonna have a video coming out pretty soon on 5 essentials to starting a home gym. And it's not gonna be what you think, or at least I don't think it's gonna be what you think, but it's not gonna be what you think for the most part. If you want to, y'all can, I'll put a link down below or I'll put it here so that way you can see it and you can watch it if you want to. So starting with your gym is going to be very, very important. Doing whatever you're trying to do, whether it be, you know, weight loss, CrossFit, powerlifting, Olympic lifting, boxing / fighting, like whatever your sport is, whatever your niche is, you can do it. It's just starting with it and working your way up. I didn't buy this gym overnight. It took me about 3 years to get to where I'm at now. Started off with, I want to say like 400 bucks, 300 bucks, and now I'm at about 9 grand. So I'm a little bit different. I use this as a form of making money, so it's a little bit more of an investment for me, right? But there are also a lot of people who can do with a lot less and still have a very functional gym. Anyway, I hope you liked it. Like, comment, subscribe. If you know anybody who's thinking about starting a gym, share this video with them. They may already know what I'm talking about, they may not. It may help them, and if it does, that's all I'm here for. I'm trying to help out the community. So anyways, you have a nice one. I'll see you in the next one.